am hitting go live and it says we're going live and we're live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Emma.
I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 424. 424.
424.
424. How are things?
Good. Technology is such a fun thing. My phone this morning, apparently I can't figure out how to unblur my background. So interesting.
Two technology people, and a short window of time. I feel like we could have, if we had had more time, we would have been able to figure it out. But
Right. I think the last time I joined one of our VKNs, I must have blurred the background and I didn't reset it, but now I can't seem to unset it. The carrots and options that I normally see aren't there.
yeah, always
And
fun
and
when
on,
going between phone interface and desktop and web interface and
yeah, and I honestly think it was something to do with the link because when I clicked on it, it didn't come to the normal screen
Mm.
as it normally does, and then pop up the app. So I had to exit completely and come back. So yeah, something about the link didn't like me today. It was
Well,
just
wow.
doomed from the beginning.
Well, I hope that's not a sign of things to come during your day,
Oh,
considering
right,
again that
right,
we both work in technology.
right. Yeah. My IT provided work computer's just gonna start behaving badly all day. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, so last week I traveled for work, which was why we ended up podcasting early. I did give away some more of my muscle burras,
Oh, fun.
which was interesting and fun. Yeah, it wasn't like a big group. This time it was more like a couple of small groups. And I think some of my favorite reactions is somebody wasn't in the office and I left it on their desk. And then later I get this like, thank you so much for this beautiful scarf. And I was like imagining her like trying to make it fit around her neck or like, do I need a pin?
Yeah.
Um, so that was
I
that was
too
mildly entertaining. Yeah.
I too gave away my items and had them fully splayed out, and um each of the guys that I gave it to came around the corner wearing it. So they figured it out.
Yeah. Well, mine were so I did a bunch of misdirection. I was going to like wrap them in Christmas wrapping paper, and then because of, I was just going to have a carry-on and I put them in my backpack, did a little trial run. They were going to be like, yeah, destroyed. So I ended up making what I'm affectionately calling like little knitting cinnamon buns. So like
Oh, mhm.
I rolled them up and then I made two little snails going the opposite direction. And I put them in a plastic baggie, like a sandwich baggie, and I pushed all of the air out.
Oh,
And I sealed it up and then taped it down. So they were just like these little cinnamon buns of with a little card that said handmade for you by Megan Williams. And yeah, my other favorite was somebody figured out what it was, but couldn't figure out how to assemble it. So they were like, oh, it's a two-sided hat. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And then they were like, do I have to like cut it in the middle? Like, I was like, oh, one tip into the others. So again, I get no end of joy out of people. The person I was most worried about that's from California, like immediately puts it on his head, right? Like he's currently living in California, but I think he's lived in Calgary and colder
mhm.
locales. So he's like, put it on his head. It was great. It was great. So yeah, the
Yeah.
joy of the knitting that you have to assemble is I'm still reveling in it.
Yeah, no, it was fun and explaining how they're kind of two-sided because, one of the stripes have more of the other color than the other. And yeah,
Yeah.
so it was fun. One
Yeah,
person hasn't picked
and
theirs up
the
yet.
construction, right? Like the
Yeah.
one end to the other. The other fun thing was one of my product managers that works really closely with one of my tech leads. They shared a skein, between the
Oh,
two of them, right? Like one got one half and one got the other. So I'm like, do you guys see that your hats are like the similar but different? So yeah, that was fun. And really great travels, right? Like didn't have what I had had in the past with some of the Rochester Airport Chicago flight getting canceled. The only bummer is that like you can't put in the plane is so small, you can't put anything in the overhead, so you have to gate check everything, even though you're carrying on, which is kind of a
hmm
pain.
hmm
I would almost prefer that it get just like checked, and that I didn't have to pay for it. And it just came out on the carousel because like it's such a cluster and
to get the
everybody's
gate
like
check.
trying to stand at the end of the little, to get off and have them like try to bring them out, right? Like that's not the way that luggage was meant to be easily distributed. So anyway, pro, you know, real problems to have, let me tell you.
Some.
Yeah, rained significantly while I was there, and I was the
Oh,
only one out on the lake trail running. It was like apocalyptic, so that was fun. Like I'm in this bustling city that when I was here in the summer, there were rollerbladers and people walking their dogs and people riding scooters and people biking and people running and people playing volleyball and people playing soccer. And like I'm out on the trail and like there's just I can't see another human being other than like cars driving along the
well,
lake,
yeah,
right?
you're
It
running
was
in December in the rain, Megan.
I know, but I was like, there's got to be another crazy person like me out here, right? And nope, not a single crazy person, just me. All right. Anything that you want to talk about before we jump into whips?
I think I can bring it up naturally with some of my whips, so we're good.
Woo, let's go.
Okay. So we are doing our Basque kale.
Here's oh yeah, your blur is gonna get you. You might have to put your
There
face
we
in
go.
the yeah, yeah,
It's got to all be with my face in it.
yeah.
So,
Oh, how pretty.
yep. So I am alternating the two balls. This is a little bit more raspberry than this.
Mhm.
But now I'm down to just the non-raspberry. And so
Yeah, last night
I
on
will
the
be
call, a
out
lot of
very
people
soon.
were sharing that they had gotten to the very end, right? Like it was almost,
Yeah, no
yeah, the
tassels for this gal unless I go find something that's close enough.
coordinating. Yeah, yep.
So there's that beautiful.
So pretty, so pretty. Mine is still in codpiece land. I didn't take it with me.
Oh,
And I've been being naughty on my advents and not following my own rules. But I
okay.
decided because a couple of people had last night had finished ones where they had just clearly, used two different colors. I really liked it, and I was like, I'm futzing, right? Like I shouldn't be trying to figure out how to do two color in this section. So I just decided to dive in and make it. So um this is the non sock blank
Okay.
that I'm going into the brioche section with. But yeah, there were some lovely ones that people held up last night. Lynn had the gradient that's kind of
Mm,
watermelon-esque, like pinks and greens, right?
yep.
And Nikki held hers up, very stark contrast between the garter and the brioche sections, and just gorgeous. So it's fun
Yeah.
seeing them.
Yeah. So there's still time to enter. So if there's single skein project if you do the relish, or two skein project if you do the Basque. And I have the link out on Discord to the KEL thread to enter your finished object. So you can go ahead and do that whenever you're ready. And then um, if we need to share it another place, let us know. Contact us. I can get that link to you. We're going to have some wonderful prizes, so you're not going to want to miss out on this one. And yeah, you have until the end of the year to finish for prizes.
Yep, excellent. And you can enter it in the ZKKAL if
Yep.
for imaginary points and
Yeah.
pride.
Right.
uh, for yeah, for the ZKKAL, even if like end of year doesn't, I know a lot
Yep.
of people are
And you
doing gift
can,
knitting and traveling and just the busyness of the season, right?
yep, and take all bonuses that apply. So
Yeah.
definitely get one for pattern.
Hmm.
If you were strategic, you get one for yarn,
Hmm.
and there might be a category that you get it for. So
Boy.
yeah, lots and lots of points available to us with these knit-alongs.
Mm. Exciting, exciting.
So I'll get into my other one. I just cast these on because last minute Christmas knitting is, I don't know, apparently it's not a theme, but it tends to happen. So I'm gonna
It
do
makes your it amps up the excitement for sure.
true, true.
Like, will
So
I make it in time?
so I've gotten my soon to be graduated or graduate. We are confirming to the U of M, just haven't physically done it yet. And so some of the Christmas presents this year have a theme.
Well,
So I
congrats. That's exciting.
thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah. So uh, I got it into my head that I needed to make some marl mittens so
Hmm.
that they will be nice and warm and on brand for when they go off to college. So we have the beautiful U of M colors.
Mm. Where'd those come from?
Eat Sleep Knit. So this is just Heritage, Cascade Heritage. Um, just a trusty solid that I always go to, whether it's Cascade 220 or Cascade Heritage. I just it's my go-to when I need a good salad. So
Mm.
we have
Yeah, and
the
don't
marl.
want to have the college kid have to have super specific washing instructions or anything like that. A good workhorse that you don't have to worry too much about
Yep.
felting and yeah.
So I'm just on the cuff. Like I said, I cast them on this morning,
Are
and
you doing the tin can knits mittens or yeah,
always and forever. Just so easy, and I love
100%. Yeah.
the new app is kind of like, oh, that'll just help me keep on track and motivated for them too, because you kind of click through each of the parts, and uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, just cast those on,
Yeah, shout
and
out
that
to
was
them on that app. I think that's where knitting patterns are going, right? These PDFs that we're all lugging, printing or lugging around on our phones and using specific like software to try to mark where we are or what we did different or whatever the app is. The
yeah.
future.
Well, and oh, what did I want to say about that? Just that yeah, I lost it. I really appreciate the app, and I'm excited
Tracks your
to
progress and
yep,
has your specific counts for your size and yeah.
yep. No circling, marking,
Hmm.
printing. It's all in there.
Yep. Yep. No, those are
Okay.
great. I've had an inkling of wanting to cast on some of those mitts recently as well. Must be the season.
Yes,
Well, I get
definitely.
my old ones out, right? Like I get my ones out from last year. I'm like, oh, these are fun. I remember making these.
Well, and I just love the idea of the marled in the school colors. I just thought that, oh, easy
Yeah, super
peasy.
fun.
Yeah. And
Like
then
you
when
made it, right? Like it's kind of like part of your creativity is being infused in it as well. Somebody at Eat Sleep Knit did not say, "Oh, we're gonna make Minnesota U of M colors." You were like, "Oh, I'm going to take these two colors that are components of that and make them into yeah."
yep,
It's it's like making your own yarn, yo,
yep.
for your college student.
So this is the unique yarn from Gigi. It's Gigi's colorway.
Mhm.
And we called it Big Bird Legs because they look like big bird legs and super
Mhm.
cute, but it's just a toe. That's in my whips. It's not an active whip.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to
Do you
get
have
the
your
whips.
advents?
I do, but I wanted to get the non-advent one done first. So I have the cat
That's
themed
fun.
yarn,
Hmm.
and I have one done, and this one's past the heel. So this is getting a lot of attention because it's almost done.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm behind on the advents on one respect, and I am way over on the other. So for woolens and
Somebody
not,
was, I was saying that I had set some guidelines for myself. Like I'm only going to do 2 stripes a day. And then it quickly became much more than 2 stripes a day. And somebody said they saw a meme. I think it was Kristen said they saw a meme that was like, when God opens a, a door, he opens another door, or closes a door, he opens another door. When you close the door, he opens another door. Me with my Advent chocolate calendar, right? Me with my stripes. Yeah, I just am like, oh, this is day 14 and I'm on day 7. That's fine.
yeah, so it is the 7th, so I am 3 stripes behind. I only have 4 here of the woolens and nosh, so no
Okay.
spoilers here,
Yep.
right?
Spoiler alert. Yep.
Well, you should be at least 4 in.
Well, somebody could have just decided that they were going to do it in January, right? Yeah.
Well, then we can't expect the surprise.
I still think it's fair to tell somebody avert your eyes if you're not interested in seeing
Okay,
the.
it's already spoiled.
Yeah. So I have some as well, but I'm not going to, Amy, you need to tell me if you need to avert your eyes. So again,
I
very
do.
fun, put up the yarn is in the, already caked up in the bag. So you didn't have to see it, right?
Mhm.
There's, a tail coming out, which is a gray color that you can see on Amy's cuff. And then, every time you get to the next gray color, you know that a day is done. So the next
Oh,
color isn't spoiled for you.
yeah, for me, the first color out was the dark blue.
Oh, okay. Mine was gray,
So like
but just
you
like a
can see
little tail. Yeah.
my ends. It was dark
So
blue to start.
do you need to avert your eyes because I am well past 2 stripes a day?
Okay, I can do this. I can't see
Turn
you now.
Okay, you turn your video off. So yeah, I'm making skews and again, avert your eyes if you're not interested in seeing. But yeah, as Amy can attest, a lot of really great. Okay, you can turn your video back on, Amy. I won't show it anymore. Um, really great greens early on, so it made me extremely happy.
Yes, yes, lots of those really pretty greens, and I'm doing the pattern that came with it, the
Uh-huh.
Comfort and Joy, I believe, or
Yep.
something like that. From
Pete, it's not, it's the flip of what you normally say, like not joy, peace and joy, but joy and peace or something like that.
oh, okay,
Maybe, I don't know. I just got it. So
something joy. There's definitely joy in there.
that's fun. That's a fun little jog there, right?
Yep. So I'm appreciating that, and I did actually start day 5 color. I can see it, but that makes me 3 days behind.
Mhm.
But that's okay.
Peace and joy socks. Peace and joy socks.
If I work on it tonight or tomorrow, I'll catch up in no time. Um, Now, for the next one, Kirby Werby. If you are trying to stay unspoiled, you will have to avert because I am through the full set. So,
Yeah.
anybody, fair warning, ready?
Likewise. Likewise.
Okay. So, here is Kirby Werby. So, very pretty.
Mm.
All the way through, we got the OMG heel.
I think my favorite quote from the set, like there were some classics, right? But the one that I don't remember that just like slayed me was Phoebe's that come on, Ross, you're a paleontologist, dig a little deeper. I don't remember that from the show, but it was
Yep.
great. It's great. It's great that it can still, I've probably seen every single episode a couple of times and it can still delight me.
Yeah. And I I find that these types of socks are just kind of my favorite. They're so whimsical,
Hmm.
where, it's just this so many stripes that it
Hmm.
just seems kind of Pippi Longstockings or
Yeah, yeah. Like you get all of the like whimsy of like just throwing random bits into something, but without having to weave in the ends, right?
Right, right. So for that reason, I highly recommend. I think this is my third Kirby Werby 24 skein or
Hmm
24 stripe skein, and I love them. I adore them
hmm
so much.
Yeah.
I believe there was a Christmas Vacation, a Home Alone, and then this one, Friends.
So I paired mine again, still avert your eyes if you're trying to avoid maybe just yeah, maybe there's a mark that I need to put out there. But I paired mine with this Knit Picks
Okay.
like heather blue, and I'm making a musselburgh. And so on Saturday, because I was out, I was not at home and I did not take my Advent yarn with me, I decided, actually on Sunday, I decided I was going to get caught up. So it's a nice, like the 112 stitches on threes gives a pretty nice line of like stripes when I'm doing
Oh,
the blue as the kind of four stripes and then the two stripes as
mhm.
the other. You can see there's a couple of places where it didn't quite make it around or there's a partial. And then kind of like the whimsy of your
Oh, wow.
socks. I'm really liking, yeah, this side where the striping is the four rows of it. But I think if I do the top of the hat on the other side with this mane, I will have I may need to do like a toe heel cuff in a different color, but I'll have enough to be able to
Oh, wow.
do like a pair of socks. Yeah. Um,
Very cool.
yeah, yeah. It's the we did the math last night because Diane is doing a musselburgh with some hand spun, which is gorgeous.
Ooh.
And she was like, "How do you know how many grams your the top of your hat is?" And I did some stitch math in a spreadsheet, and it's for my size, it's about 7% of the stitches, so it would be about 7 grams. If you round up, it's about 10 grams per
Mhm,
side, right? So you need when you get to the very end, you need about 10 grams
mhm.
for the top. So that would be 10 grams that I would have going into a sock if I used my coordinating color. But yeah, last night I got trapped under a cat, and I was like, okay, I'm
Track.
no longer I'm no I'm no longer abiding by the even like 3 stripes a day. Just going for it. But it's a fun yeah, it's hard for me to know whether or not skews and muscle burras are something that I've made a lot of. It's hard for me to know whether or not the pattern is what is enabling me, or it's the stripes, or it could be just like the super effect of both of them.
I think it's a good
So
a super effect because I really am thinking about my next muse burl, even though or muscle burl, even though I have made plenty and I don't need any more. I was
mhm.
just like, I just want to make some magic yarn.
Combos.
Uh, I don't know, the finished object, the process,
Mhm.
it's magic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the stats, but I think since it's come out, that has to be one of like the top 100 patterns. It's been in the top 100 patterns for years, right? Like I always see it as I'm doing my little. I like to call it not doom scrolling, but joy scrolling before bed. I sometimes look at the hot right now on Ravelry, and it's always in there. If it's not on the first page, it's generally on the second or third. So
Yeah. Well, I
it's
highly
an.
recommend the Langsfield or Tensfield too.
Mhm,
Just a real fun pattern
mhm.
and a good hat. Like I've worn the heck out of those hats too.
Yeah, yeah. Any
And
other
that was
whips?
origami moment. So,
Yes,
it's
I love those
very
origami
satisfying.
moments. Yeah. I made a lot of them with mohair held in
Mm,
there. So yeah, all of my basque has been languishing behind my advents and me binging the stripes, even though I told myself I was only going to do 2 per day. And my railroad has as well. So it got
Mhm.
blocked. It's about as wide as it's going to be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I need to add a neckline, and then I started, much like with my basque, I started futzing with like how I was going to pick up the stitches because I want to be able to wear it both ways. So I think this is the main way that I'm going to prioritize, but I also like it this way, which is where
Mhm.
the color changing one
Right.
is
Gives you
the
that plaid. Hmm.
yeah, the plaid effect. So I've picked up sleeves probably 5 times on this. Like, oh, what if I did this? Oh, what if I did this? And just continued to rip them out. So I just need to get on it. Just need to pick one, prioritize a side, and then be okay with. I think the hard thing for me is it's going to be front and center, right? Because you do get so much sleeve um,
Hmm.
from the body. It's a drop sleeve, right?
Yep.
So and it's just like front and center right here, right? So if it doesn't look pretty, I will see it. Like, I don't know, when they're clear up here, but where you have to kind of crane your neck to see it, right? Like, not that I don't want all of my sweaters to look nice, and that's why I'm futzing about with it. But yeah, it needs to have the sleeves picked up and knit, and then the sides seamed per the pattern. I don't know. I might end up. Lynn ended up seaming hers and then doing the sleeves. It's probably good to get an idea of how the sleeves are going to fit, too tight, too loose, whatever. So I may do
Hmm.
it in that order. But yeah, this is with my feeder brook that I got at Rhinebeck, and it's I'm excited for the finished object, but obviously not so excited that I'm prioritizing the knitting of the sleeves. They are garter in the round, and they are not the exciting part. So yeah,
Yeah, garter in the round.
owning my own avoidance. What is that a stage of? First admitting that you have a problem, right? So yeah, exciting times. I'm excited for your gifts and whatnot, and our advents be striping.
Yep. They be striping.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye, Ufta. I am not on the right page. There we
I was
go.
gonna say my